Hey y'all, it's Sawana Stevens with the Life and Podcast. And today I actually want to talk about overcompensating in the workplace. For many, many years, I hated going by my first name. Reason being because it was Shawana. So I wanted to go by my middle name because I felt like I actually did an experiment. The experiment was that I took two resumes. I submitted the one for Colleen and I submitted the one for Shawana. So in doing that, I actually got called back for the name Colleen, and the one resume, Shawana Stevens, never got any hits. The reason I bring that up is because there lies a problem that I think we need to shed light on, and it has to do with having to feel as though you need to overcompensate in the workplace. For me, I used my name Colleen because number one, it got me more sales in the sales industry, and number two, it also made people feel comfortable using the name Colleen. I also moved into a space where I felt as though I always had to prove myself no matter how good I was. And in doing that, I was always stressed. Um, I was always more under pressure than some of my under colleagues. Having to do that is called overcompensating. And sometimes it can make you feel as though it's not even worth it. So today, I actually want to talk to those individuals who find yourselves being professionals in a field and having to overcompensate, always having to prove that you are enough even when you feel like you may actually be overqualified. Can I say to you that it is not, you should not give up? It is worth it. And the reason I say that is because you never know who's watching. You never know what opportunities can come when you stay on your P's and Q's. One of the things that I always tell my daughter is, I want you to always stay ahead of the game. I always want you to be your best. And I think having to prove yourself, although it is exhausting, it also is super stimulating. It drives you, it makes you a different caliber of person when you are always the best that you can be. But on the other side of that, I want to talk to those of you who require so much in the workplace and make people feel as though they must over qualify or over prove themselves. Y'all, it's really not cool. And what we have to do is make sure that we put ourselves in other people's shoes. A lot of times, and one of the things that I want to actually bring your attention to is a conversation that I actually had an opportunity to witness. And the conversation was actually between two nurses. In that conversation, one nurse was actually telling another how much so they have to prove themselves doing the same job. The one guy that was actually talking about how he had to prove himself was really trying to hit home that his job is so much harder than the other nurse, having to do the job, and the job is already hard, but even having to prove that he can do the job while he's trying to do the job. That other person, that other nurse did not understand. But after sitting down and breaking the conversation or breaking the concept down, that nurse was able to understand. And the outcome of that is that the nurse actually helped his colleague and said, listen, I know that this is harder on you, so let me help you. Let me show you how we can work together and we can actually eliminate this systemic problem. So I want to say to you that we have to look at other people. We have to look at our colleagues. We have to find out what's going on. Sometimes we walk into a workplace and we say, hey, how are you doing? But we really don't mean it. We don't stop to really listen to determine how that person is doing. And sometimes we have to listen to what's not being said to make sure that we actually do make a difference. Stay up.